5 Facts About GDP. GDP, or gross domestic product, are economic metrics to represent the total monetary value of all goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific period, usually a year or a quarter, to compare the economic power of nations. If it's produced legally and sold in the market, it's in the GDP, giving a snapshot of economic activity. There are 3 main ways to calculate GDP. Each method tells the same story from a different angle, and all of them should yield the same number, in theory. The most common is the expenditure approach that adds up all spending in the economy. GDP equals consumption plus investment plus government spending plus exports, X, imports, M, or C plus I plus G plus XM. Next, the income approach adds up all income earned by households and businesses, including wages, profits, rents, and taxes minus subsidies. Finally, the production or output approach calculates the value added at each stage of production, the value of final goods and services. According to the World Bank and IMF, the top 5 economies by GDP are the US, China, Japan, Germany, and India. These rankings can shift depending on whether we measure GDP in nominal terms or purchasing power parity, PPP, which adjusts for cost of living. GDP per capita, dividing GDP by population, gives a better sense of the average person's economic output. Here, smaller countries like Luxembourg and Switzerland top the list. But GDP doesn't account for income inequality, unpaid labor like caregiving, or environmental degradation. In fact, a country could have rising GDP, while its citizens face worsening living conditions or declining public health. Also, GDP only counts legal, market-based transactions, so informal economies and black markets are left out. This has led to growing criticism that GDP doesn't measure what really matters, like well-being or sustainability. In contrast, the World Happiness Index, a measure based on life satisfaction, social support, life expectancy, freedom, and corruption levels, has been recently viewed as a better indicator of the health and well-being of a country's citizens. Countries like Finland, Denmark, and Sweden consistently top the happiness index, despite having smaller GDPs than the US or China. While GDP tells us how much a country produces, it doesn't tell us if the profit of production is evenly shared or whether people are happy or fulfilled. This has led some economists and policymakers to suggest we adopt alternative measures, like the Human Development Index, HDI, the Genuine Progress Indicator, GPI, or even a national well-being budget. As global challenges become more complex, it may be time to rethink how we measure progress and prioritize not just productivity, but prosperity and well-being for all. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.